With a broadcasting career spanning more than 30 years, Ron Van Dam has done it all. So it's a damn shame that he can't remember most of it. You know, the 80s were a little hazy for all of us. You're listening to The Ron Van Dam Show on New England Broadcasting.
Unfortunately, that is so true.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Thank you very much.
Hold on tight. Things can get a bit weird if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, thanks for coming. Did you bring me a gift? What, do you show up with nothing? At least a bottle of wine, something like that? Nothing? Not even a card? Not even a financial, monetary donation? Nothing? Whatever. Hey, Happy New Year and all that stuff that goes with it and all that stuff and all the happy stuff. All right, I can't believe it's 2025. The numbers are getting too high. I can't even count that high. It's too much. It's too many years. Stop it. What's next? 2026, 2027, 22. That's too much. It's just too much. It's enough. Enough already. Let's rewind it back to zero. Can we do that? Can we fiddle with the odometer on this thing? Because the numbers are too high. Enough background song. Although, as it is the first day of the new year, I can't believe I said that, it is time to thank the people that make this show possible. Yeah, I have a little something to do with it, but not all that much, really. There's John Shanahan, your announcer, comedy writer, does many of the comedy bits on this show. What a gem this man is. Then, of course, there's the lovely and talented Jason Shaw, who does our theme music, closing theme, some incidental music incidentally for this program. Thank you, Jason. He is a musical genius. And I know of only two musical geniuses, him and then me, and I can't even write music. And then there's Nicole Reed. She's one of our producers, books many of the national interviews that we do on this show. My capabilities of doing it myself have long expired in frustration levels. And then there's Julie Cochran, who does some of our voiceover work. Thank you, Julie. And there are others involved, but not as frequent as those people, so I'm not going to mention them. I don't even know how to pronounce their names. They're like Facebook friends. I know who they are, but I have no concept as to anything about them whatsoever. They're nothing but a name to me. All right, hi, how are you? Oh my God, I'm depressed. You know why I'm depressed? Because it's 2025. That's too much. I'm depressed about that. 2024 was what I call the annoying year, especially politically. That political thing, campaigning, that was too much. It was way too much. And now comes 2025 when we're installing a new president. No, one that was there before. I don't understand how that happened. And now I have no idea what's going to, I don't know. Now, am I living in a world of nightmares? I don't understand what happened here. So, create your own world, be happy within it, and that should do it for now. Anyway, Happy New Year to you. It shouldn't be called New Year's Day. Do you know what it should be called? It's rhetorical. Don't answer. I can't hear you. It should be called Recuperation Day, because a lot of people, I guess including myself, had alcoholic beverages last night. There's little Timmy Johnson from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, who is 22 years old, and he got inebriated apparently. I'm just making things up. But I'm probably not wrong. Yeah. Last night, a lot of people had fun, and this morning they're saying things like, I'm never going to drink again. I swear I am never going to drink again. And as I said on yesterday's show, this is dry January for many people. Some people can't make it through January without drinking, so it's like dry They can't even do the full January. Just I'm not drinking New Year's Day at all. And that's enough of a commitment as far as I'm concerned. So there was the holiday of alcoholism. I don't know. We do this all across the world. You know why? Because people can't tolerate anything naturally, so we have to get a bit inebriated with an excuse to do it, which would be the holiday. You're supposed to toast people. You're supposed to drink alcohol at 12 midnight. I didn't do that. I did not watch a ball drop. There were no balls dropping around me. I watched TV. I went out, did a little bar hopping like a rabbit from place to place. I actually had a good time. Okay, fine. And today I feel fine, so I don't know. I have no idea what's going on, to be honest with you. But happy 2025 to you. I write checks to pay bills, and probably for a couple of months I'll be writing 2024 still on my checks, because it takes me a while to get acclimated. That's just the way I operate. It's how I roll. I just don't know what the hell's going on, and I use it as an excuse. Hey, Ron, you didn't pay last month's utility bill. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just the way I roll. I have no idea. It's going to be a rough one, baby. It's like signing up for a cruise when you know there's a storm coming and the waves are going to be high and it's going to be a rocky, rocky cruise. Yet I'm signed up. Whoa. I can't get my money back? No, you have to take the cruise. Oh, crap. How long is this going to last? 4 years? Oh, shit. Anyway. I got to tell you, I am so old, I think, that this that could have been my last voting election. I have no idea. I have no idea at this point. Anyway, how are you? How are you is the question. How are you feeling? I hope that you spend all of 2025 with me. Not continually, because that would be ridiculous. But we do this show every single weekday. We've been doing this show since 2014, I believe it was. No, it was before that. Yeah, like 2012. This podcast crap. We are now well into the 3,000 shows, just about, almost. So, it's a lot of shows, man. It's a lot of shows. Ron, how can you find things to talk about 3,000 times? Well, life is full of material, my friend. It is a cornucopia of stuff that makes no sense. So that is my quest. And for those that aren't familiar with me, I'm extremely attractive, the nicest guy you'll ever meet, basically Jesus. That's who I am. Unless you know me already and have listened to me or know me personally, then I'm full of crap. But otherwise, what a hunk. I've been doing radio for about now, we're talking 33 years, to be honest with you. I started with broadcast radio in the Boston area on 3 different stations. And then I started doing a variety talk television program in the Boston area for, oh my God, over 20 years, about 20 years, something like that. I mean, it's really time for me to just sit down and shut up and eat a sandwich, to be honest with you, but I don't do that. I mean, I do eat sandwiches. Matter of fact, one of my Christmas gifts, one of my Christmas gifts is a panini, is still a panini maker. And here's how boring and insignificant my life has become. And I'm proud of that, by the way. I can't wait. We have someone coming over to the house tomorrow, and we've decided we're going to give them lunch, and we've decided we're going to make a panini on the panini maker. This is like what I'm looking forward to. Ron, do you have any excitement in your life? Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be actually doing a panini on my panini maker. Excuse me? Yeah, I can't wait. Nobody can wait for that. I looked up the panini stuff, what kind of bread you're supposed to use. Ciabatta? I thought that was a small Mexican dog. Oh, it's Chihuahua? I don't know the difference. So I have to buy one of those today. And the supermarkets are open. Most of every store is open. It's just a federal holiday. And if you ask somebody, why is this a federal holiday? Their answer is, I have no idea. I honestly don't know why. It's because if you work for the government and you're a federal employee, you really got shit-faced last night because you can't stand your job. So you need to recuperate on Recuperation Day. Anyway, it's a federal holiday, so banks are closed. You can't get money out unless you go to an ATM, so I guess you can. Banks are closed. Post office is closed. I don't know. I think that's it. Schools. No, schools are closed. Do you know why? Because they'll come up with any excuse not to have school. I swear that's true. You've got Christmas and New Year's. It's a week long. How long do kids have off? 2 weeks. What the hell are you doing here? What the hell are you doing? We have a holiday for every president, for everything that takes place. And I think kids don't go to school more than they do. And I think that might be a fact. I'm not sure. If you add them all up, I think it's pretty damn close for a calendar year. Kids are coddled. Oh, my God, you coddled kids. You're coddled more than eggs are. And I've had coddled eggs, and I still don't know what they are. I ate them, but I didn't understand what I was eating. We coddle our kids. Never tell them no. Oh, God, don't do that. Because, like, when they go out in the real world, no one will tell them no. Right? Am I right? Yeah. No, not really. We're setting our kids up for a surprise, a surprise visit from life. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. That's what we do with kids. We don't set them up for life. We coddle them, we protect them so that they're still alive to have life after they're a child. But we don't prepare them. We harbor them, we protect them so much that when it's time for them to go out in the real world, they don't know what the hell to do. Mommy! A real good parent treats a child with love, but also tries to set them up for what they are eventually, for sure, going to encounter, and that is speed bumps. Speed bumps. Take your little child, put your little child in the car, drive down the road nice and smooth, and then hit a speed bump, and your kid will go flying in the air just a little bit, because they should be wearing seatbelts. And they'll go flying and they'll say, what was that, Mommy? What was that, Daddy? That was a speed bump. Did you feel it? Yes, I did. There's quite a few of them in life. Oh, how do I avoid the speed bumps? Go over them slowly or go around them. But if you can't go around them, go over them slowly and carefully, because there's smooth road on the other side. Mommy, Daddy, you taught me an incredible lesson. That's right, we did. And what is this sex thing that I hear about? Oh, God, don't bring that up. Yeah, you got to prepare your children for what the majority of their life will be, and that's not a child. How many grown men and grown women do you know that weren't prepared properly? Their lives can be a living hell because that's not what they're used to. They can't adjust to this so quickly. You can't smack them in the face all of a sudden with responsibility. That's hard for anybody to do. Here's the other thing, and it's so true, not just because I said it, although it has something to do with it. As a child grows older and becomes an adult, good luck with that, and they get into their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, they will always, and I mean always, and I say always, refer to their childhood in a sentence, in a story, in telling them about yourself. It will always go back to their childhood, that small section of life where you were weaned or not weaned. That is the question. Shakespeare, by the way. Everything goes back to your childhood, the way you were treated, the memories, the security thereof, the violence thereof, their abuse thereof, all that stuff. In the space of about, let's say maybe 12, 13 years, small little portion of your entire life, hopefully, but yet you will always reflect and always go back to your childhood to compare everything to your childhood. So how significant is childhood? That small amount of years, a lot of stuff happens. You grow physically, you grow mentally, all within a short period of time. Events happen. Boom, 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 boom. Social events, physical events, everything. You learn how to drive. You learn how to drink. You go through school. You have friends. Friends screw you, and then you screw them back. Schoolyard bullies. Eating properly, eating junk food, not eating junk food. Playing with friends after school, developing an interest in sports or in culture or in music, so the rest of your life you're into creativity and the arts. It all happens in a very quick period of time. Your first love is during your early teen years. You're feeling to break away from the family, to break away from the authoritarianism, which apparently we're getting into as an adult because of this president coming up. You try to break from authority. You rebel. All this within a maybe a decade of your life. Things happen. Boom, 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 boom. Significant. And you remember those years because so much happened then. The security of your parents, of not paying bills, of them taking care of you, driving you places, making sure that you're safe, or beating the hell out of you because you did something wrong, punishing you just for opening your face up. It depends, but we all go back to our childhood. It's significant. So if you're raising children, I got to tell you, the responsibility you have is enormous, and it takes a lot of work to raise a child because they're different personalities than you. They can be difficult, they can be easy, they can be smart, they can be stupid, they can be socially adjusted, they can be difficultly mentally. There's a lot of things that can happen. Some are handicapped, some can only do so much. There's a lot going on. And then you become an adult and you have children. And it's like payback. Payback is a bitch, isn't it? It can be delightful, it can be horrible. It's like anything else. So teach your children well. Prepare them for the rest of their life. Don't let the schools do it. You do it. And when you do it properly, you become a better person. You're probably saying, Ron, why are you spending all this time telling us what to do? Because it makes me feel better. People have compared me to Jesus, not because I am Jesus-like, because I look like him. I did. When I was a young adult, I looked exactly like Jesus. I had the long hair. The beard, the mustache. I was so Jesus-like in my attitude toward people. I used to lead people through the desert for a fee. It was like $200. I did desert tours, and I looked like Jesus. We all wore sandals. We traveled in groups of 12. You were not a tourist. You were a disciple, and I made a lot of money. At the end of my desert tours as Jesus, we would sit down and we would do a wine tasting. And they would pour a glass of wine for my disciples, and I would turn it into water. Kind of the opposite of what you're supposed to do, but it was easier. Okay. I have an interesting guest coming up momentarily, but first, there's this.
First, they put jalapenos on your hamburger, but that wasn't hot enough. Then came habaneros, but still, that wasn't hot enough. Next came the ghost pepper, and still, that was not hot enough for you. Well, buckle up, tough guy, because Burger Guy thinks you're not man enough to handle the heat of our new, sweet, flaming mother of heaven. What the f*** did you assholes do to my hamburger burger? Featuring 2 of Burger Guy's signature paper-thin patties topped with an experimental hot sauce made from a concentrated hot pepper extract that has only been approved for military use by North Korea. This burger will burn a hole through every inch of your intestines and then slap your mama on its way out for good measure. This burger is so hot they wouldn't let us test it on prisoners. Death row prisoners. But for a limited time, you can try your luck at your local Burger Guy. If you're not a complete pussy.
All purchases of the sweet flaming mother of heaven, what the f*** did you assholes do to my hamburger burger, must be pre-approved by a certified attorney at law with proper notification of next of kin. Sweet flaming mother of heaven, what the f*** did you assholes do to my hamburger burger must not be consumed within 500 yards of schools or within 1,000 yards of open flame. All Burger Guy franchisees reserve the right to ignore cries for mercy or requests for immediate medical attention.
Katie Ekstrom joins us now. She's Assistant Vice President of Auto Product Development for Personal Insurance at Travelers. Thanks for being with us, Katie.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. We're talking about auto insurance. Thank God you're here, because once a year we have to go through this. And the annual premiums seem to go up every single year. I guess that's because people aren't driving very well. I know Travelers did a survey recently.
Yeah, Travelers continuously watches the trends out in the industry to try to understand what items are impacting the frequency and severity of claims, which overall impact the amount of money that insurance companies need to charge.
Yes.
And over the past couple of years, insurance costs did rise pretty significantly to catch up with all of those inflationary trends that consumers have experienced.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that the cars are safer now. They're manufactured with all these safety devices. You'd figure that the premiums go down. But then on the other hand, to do repairs on cars, the cost of labor and the cost of parts especially have gone way up. So I guess that's just what we have to understand. But we always want to find the most effective for the least money.
Absolutely. Technology is improving, and we do offer discounts at Travelers for improved safety features, so be sure to look out for those discounts like automatic emergency braking. But you're right, the cost of fixing those cars and all that expensive technology that's in them does impact the price. We recommend working with a local independent agent to inquire about all the discounts that consumers may be eligible for to make sure they're really maximizing their savings for this product.
So agents would represent a number of different insurance companies. Do they lean one way or the other to a certain company, or is it better to go out looking for yourself and, making all those contacts?
We recommend working with an independent agent, and you're correct. Independent agents do have the availability of several carriers to offer to their consumers. They're all, their job is really to make sure that they're serving the consumer's best interest. And that means finding the right coverage for the customer's unique needs at a price that works for them. So shopping a number of carriers can ensure that they're doing the work for the consumer to find them the best price available.
Do we actually know as consumers what we're actually covered for? I know that we get the sent to our computers, and sometimes we'll get it in the mail. But should we actually go through that, or is it pretty much the same for everybody?
There's a lot of standard coverages, but each individual's needs are unique. So you do want to make sure you're talking with someone to think about your specific risk factors and needs so that you get the right policy for you.
Yeah.
But the basic coverages that everyone generally has are liability insurance, collision insurance, and comprehensive insurance.
Right.
These items cover a range of things. Liability is going to protect you in the event that you're at fault for an accident and you cause damage to someone else's property, aka their vehicle, or hurt them. Comprehensive insurance is going to be for non-collision items.
Right.
So if the vehicle damage due to theft or vandalism or hail, those are the types of things that comprehensive coverage can provide.
Okay. Good. And we shouldn't try to save too much money, because then if you start cutting out types of coverage, then you're taking chances and you may as well not have insurance, but you have to have it, or otherwise you can't drive. So it's kind of a conundrum, I suppose. Can you let me ask you something I never understood, a little bit off the beaten path here. You specified it's a good idea to go through independent agents. How are independent agents actually paid? How do they make their money? I don't understand where they get that from.
Yeah, it's a great question. So carriers that work with independent agents, like Travelers, pay agents a commission for the policies that they sell and service. Okay.
Excellent. So it's like a marketing thing, but it's worth it because then everybody can have access to it. Okay. And it's how far ahead should you start shopping around when your policy is up for renewal? How far ahead do you start doing that?
At least a couple of weeks, maybe even a month, so that you have adequate time to do your research, talk to family and friends, and find a local independent agent near you to get the consultation support that you need to get the right policy.
Okay. And I've learned, not that it happened to me, but through other people, where just don't even let it lapse a day, because that's the day something's going to happen. Yeah. I've heard those stories 1,000 times, and it's usually more than a day, but they say it was just a day. All right. Travelers Insurance been around forever, and they know what they're doing. How do they be in touch?
So if you want to find a local independent agent near you, you can visit agent.travelers.com to speak with an expert and inquire about an insurance policy from Travelers. Perfect.
Hey, Katie, thanks for your time today. Well, that'll do it for me today. Thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year. I'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode. I hope you join me then. If you're listening to this on that internet thing, you know what I'm saying? Social media thing, whatever case may be. If you like me, I will not like you back necessarily, but I will appreciate it. I don't know why I'm asking you to do that. I do have a social media manager. I pay this woman a decent amount of cash under the table. So please, she tells me that it's a good thing. So just like me, I guess that's a good thing. If you're listening on a radio station, you have no ability to do that, but you can go to our website and just become a subscriber. Like I send out newspapers. I don't understand that part either. NewEnglandBroadcasting.com. Thank you so much. You're wonderful. I don't know what to say at this point. So I will end this. So until next time, which is tomorrow, I wish you peace. I am so done talking. It's not funny. Oh, God.